insurance company is capable of, and we're here to look out for you. Call 777-7777.
Right now at 4, what we know about the victims in a deadly highway crash in New Bedford. Plus,
I did not kill John O'Keefe. I've never harmed a hair on John O'Keefe's head.
Karen Read's exclusive interview with ABC News airs tonight at 9 o'clock. We'll give you a preview. And the Georgia school shooting suspect and his father in the same courtroom after a deadly rampage. What a judge decided is next for the pair. ABC 6 News First at 4 starts right now.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC 6 News First at 4.
We begin with breaking news first at 4. 2 people are dead and several more are hurt after a crash this morning on 195 in New Bedford. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Caitlin Gelhaus. Now, according to Massachusetts State Police, it happened around 9:30 near exit 24A on 195 East. According to state troopers, the only car involved in this crash rolled over. 2 people were pronounced dead on the scene and 3 others were taken to the hospital. The victims have not yet been identified. All lanes are now back open. And now to our continuing coverage of the commuter crisis on the Washington Bridge. Demo work on the Washington Bridge will cause lane closures this weekend. On Sunday night, the bridge's deck and support beams will start to be removed, followed not long after by the barriers. To get that done, Gano Street will be closed overnight from Sunday to Thursday for the next 3 weeks. A detour will be in place and the Gano Street on-ramp to 195 West will still be open. Officials say more street closures for the demo work will come later in the fall. And a traffic alert for you at 4 o'clock. RIDOT is reminding drivers of more weekend highway closures as part of the $85 million Cranston Canyon project. Starting at 8 o'clock tonight, the ramp from Route 37 West to 295 North will be shut down. Crews will be demolishing the overpass that carries that ramp over the bike path and moving in a replacement, just like they did with the bridge over Cranston Street 2 weeks ago. Detours will be in place until Monday morning. And now to our continuing coverage of the Karen Read murder case. Tonight on ABC 6, an exclusive 2020 interview with her talking about the case. Read is sitting down with ABC's Matt Gutman for an in-depth interview as her legal team prepares for the start of a second murder trial in January. And as you may remember, the jury came back deadlocked in Read's first trial, leading the judge to declare a mistrial. Tonight, we're getting a first look at pieces of the exclusive interview, including how Read says she felt before getting behind the wheel.
I had felt like I had alcohol. I felt that I had a buzz, but I did not feel it was unsafe for me to be operating my vehicle.
Did you kill John O'Keefe?
I did not kill John O'Keefe. I've never harmed a hair on John O'Keefe's head.
And the family of John O'Keefe is now suing Read in civil court, and their side of the story is also part of the 2020 special. Matt Gutman sat down with a number of family members who think O'Keefe's memory is being lost because of the national attention on Read's court case.
Johnny was super funny. He was sharp-tongued, but never mean. Right now it's tough. So what I'll do is I'll think of something outrageous and funny that only he and I know.
Again, ABC 6 will be airing this 2020 exclusive interview with Karen Read tonight at 9 o'clock, immediately followed by ABC 6 News 11 at 11. Now to Georgia. The 14-year-old suspect accused of killing 4 people on Wednesday during a mass shooting faced a judge today. His father also facing a judge charged with murder in connection with the deadly shooting. 54-year-old Colin Gray told investigators he purchased the AR-15 style rifle used in the killings as a Christmas present for his son, Colt Gray. The FBI reportedly received tips last year about online threats Colt Gray made about school shootings. The teen's aunt saying he struggled with his mental health.
She said that her nephew had made it clear to people around him, adults in his life, that he was suffering from severe mental health issues.
Both Colin and Colt Gray are being held without bail and are due back in court in December. If convicted, they could both face life in prison. And happening across New England, A scary moment for students at a high school in Windsor, Connecticut yesterday. The school went into lockdown for about 90 minutes after reports of a student with a gun. No weapon was ever found, but some parents are now angry, saying they weren't told about the incident until much later. Windsor's superintendent says he takes full responsibility. And now we're going to switch gears and turn to the weather at 4 o'clock. You're taking a live look over the capital city with our Skycam. Wow, it is just beautiful out there. We're going to send things over to Chief Meteorologist Jeff Banson. Jeff, we're talking about the weekend, right?
Absolutely. First and foremost, though, another nice day in what has been a string of just sensational weather all week long. Now, it didn't look like it does this afternoon earlier this morning. We were locked into a lot of cloud cover. This is a loop from 9 a.m. until now, and you can see how those clouds thinned out. It's a really pretty satellite loop. This is our visible high-resolution satellite here, and you can see those interesting ridges in the clouds, a little bit of gravity wave action there, micro areas of rising and sinking air. But this low stratus deck was really hanging tough, and it still is across a good chunk of Connecticut down along the 95 corridor there, but it has thinned out across most of our viewing area right now. A little bit of cloud cover hanging on over in Plymouth County as we speak. A little bit of high cloud cover, actually a different deck of clouds. I will show you where that is coming from coming up in a little bit in our full weather. As we look at the observations right now, generally a mix of sun and clouds across the region. Plymouth, as we just talked about 2 seconds ago, hanging on a little cloud cover. It is reporting overcast skies there right now, 73 degrees. It is 77 down at TF Green. Newport, a beautiful sunny sky at 76. So all in all, it's a really nice afternoon. And we are talking about that northeast wind. That was a big component reason why we were locked in a little bit of fog in that cloud cover this morning. But again, the skies are clearing out nicely here in the capital city right now, and much of our other areas as well. We'll start to see some clouds coming back into play tonight into the day on Saturday. Temperatures not nearly as chilly as they were waking up early in the week. We'll be down around, say, 60 degrees tomorrow morning. The weekend is mostly dry. Daytime, that is. A little bit of rain on Saturday evening. Very quickly could give us, a brief downpour or so. But all in all, Caitlin, the weekend's looking pretty nice right now. And another great stretch of weather comes back in as we head into next week. So not a lot to complain about here in the Weather Center. We'll see you in a bit for the 7-day forecast.
That's great. Thanks, Jeff. It's been great having the windows open while I've been sleeping. So turning to a focus now on our schools at 4 o'clock. Officials at Brown University have released diversity statistics for the school's first incoming class since the Supreme Court's decision overturning affirmative action programs. According to the university's report, 18% of new students come from minority groups, marking a sharp drop from last year's 27%. The largest drop was among Black students, who went from 15% of freshmen last year to just 9% now. And new at 4. R&D Seafood in Woonsocket is closing its doors after almost 6 decades of business. We caught up with the owners who tell us they aren't closing their doors because business is slow. The work has just become too much, and they have agreed it's time to retire.
We bought it in 1990 from my parents. And I started here in 1970. Mark started here in the mid-80s.
Meet Ron and Mark Charist, brothers who have worked together for their entire lives, finally hanging up their aprons.
We're not closing the businesses. Business is absolutely fantastic, but we're tired.
56 years of business, and it was not just about the sale of the seafood.
This part in the front room, that's the best part of the whole day. We really enjoy it. I mean, it's everything that we've worked for is here.
For customers alike, they'll miss coming in just to chat with Ron and Mark.
They're fantastic. It's not only great service, but they're fantastic people. They care about the customers, and you can tell just by the people coming in these last few days, a lot of them just say bye and thank you.
I've been coming to this store for 30 years. It's a great place. Ron and Mark are great guys, great customer service.
As for what's next, Ron tells me he's not really used to time off, so it will definitely be something he'll have to get used to. What are your plans for the future, both you and your brother?
None, because we don't really get time off. So we don't know what it is to have time off.
The beloved seafood store officially closing at 4 o'clock Saturday.
We love our customers. I mean, we've been here for so many years. I mean, they made us what we are, and we cannot thank them enough.
Congratulations to Ron and Mark. Now to some other local stories we're following for you on this Friday afternoon. Marisol's Cafe is opening a new location. According to a Facebook post, the new spot is opening in Fairhaven on Wednesday, September 11th. Marisol's is known for their drink, the Chippy, which customers say tastes like a coffee milk latte. The new location is on People's Way in Fairhaven. PVD Fest kicks off tonight in Providence. ABC6 News reporter Josh Kerman gives us a closer look at what you can expect if you're going to be attending.
PVD Fest nearly underway here in downtown Providence as preparations continue for the festival's return to Kennedy Plaza. The festival is set to run from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and from noon to 8 p.m. Saturday with a rain date of Sunday. Returning to Kennedy Plaza means the normally bustling travel hub has been quiet, with busing normally meant for the area moved down to Dyer Street. Last year's festival hit a few rough patches with poor weather and a new location, but locals are ready to enjoy the festival's return.
Can't wait, can't wait. This is what it's about, you know? This is what people really need in their lives.
PVD Fest always includes a range of music, food, and art. Mayor Smiley highlighting the new events he's looking most forward to.
In addition to some of the music, there is a mural battle taking place in Burnside Park with cultivated by one of our famous muralists, Aganza, and you'll have two different teams kind of quote-unquote competing as they create a mural competition in real time, live for folks to see. They've done this in smaller scales before, and this will be an opportunity for it to be big scale and for everyone to really get involved. So it should be a great weekend.
The location also means a range of street closures, no parking areas, and public transit changes all set to run through the weekend. We'll have a full list of those changes available on our website, abc6.com. In Providence, Josh Kerman, ABC6 News.
Thanks, Josh. And still to come on ABC6 News first at 4. Jeff, what can we expect for this weekend?
I'll tell you what, Caitlin, after what this week has given us, it's going to be hard to hold a candle to it, but really not all that bad. We're in the midst of a squeeze play right now. A couple of different weather features to talk about, but we're going to get through this pretty nicely. I think you're going to like what you see. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right. Plus, virtual auditions for American Idol begin Monday for Rhode Islanders. Find out how you can get involved. And China stops foreign adoptions, what that means for hundreds of American families. You're watching ABC6, Southern New England's trusted news source.
Tonight, as millions hit the roads and the skies for the holiday weekend, the storms that could cause major delays. Plus, the countdown to the ABC News presidential debate is on. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Call Vitaro Injury Lawyers, 777-7777.
I was injured in a serious accident.
I couldn't afford second best.
Remember the name, De Oliveira and Associates, a law firm that has been rated 5 stars year after year.
De Oliveira and Associates.
I kept seeing one 5-star after another. I would give them a lot of stars.
More than a 5-star rating.
If I could, I'd give them 6.
They are absolutely outstanding.
Put a powerful law firm on your side, one that will fight for the maximum compensation you deserve. Call De Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now. There are a lot of ways to win. Some wins are just bigger than others. The choice is yours to make. The insurance company's offer of $100,000 or De Oliveira and Associates $300,000.
Just by calling an experienced law firm.
The insurance company's offer of $200,000 or De Oliveira and Associates $600,000.
I call that success.
The insurance company's offer of $0 or De Oliveira and Associates $500,000.
Because a good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
Call De Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
Steve, we need to celebrate the couch potato in all of us.
Join us and be a couch potato too.
Wow, I'm a couch potato.
Only at Modern Furniture in Fall River.
Make every day a fresh start. Watch Good Morning Providence.
ABC6 weather brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
All right, well, check out these waves in Narragansett. Mary sharing this video from her peaceful morning on our Now Local News app. Jeff joining us here at the desk. Jeff, Are people going to be able to go to the beach this weekend? I know, I think I would, right?
Absolutely, yeah, but very important thing, and we talked about this a little bit last night. There's a storm offshore, and it is going to cause some increased surf. Not a lot of lifeguards on duty at this point.
No, you're right.
This can be a very tough time of year, especially when you get, tropical systems out at sea. Lifeguards are off duty on the weekends. I think a few beaches, they may have just weekends at this point, but you have to really make sure you know that before you're saying, all right, I'm going in the water.
Absolutely.
Because the water will be, again, elevated this weekend, and I'm going to show you why in a second. Richmond right now, how about that beautiful view out there in the preserve? Wow, there is something we haven't seen all week long, some cloud cover. Yeah, but it's still a beautiful day out there. It didn't start off all that nice. We had a lot of fog this morning across some of the areas. You can see how foggy it was in that viewer video we just showed. Tiffany Murphy sent a great video. I'm not going to tell you where, I'm not going to spoil it, but she sent a great video, and we're going to show you coming up at 5 o'clock. As we take a look at the dew points right now, yeah, it is pretty elevated across the area. We have not seen dew points like this in quite a while, really all week long. Yeah, it's been so nice out there. The air has been so very dry out there. But again, I want to show you the difference, because you look at this and you say, okay, well, that doesn't look all that bad, right? However, you take a look at the 24-hour dew point change, and it's very noticeable how elevated the humidity levels have come across parts of the Northeast, mainly right here in southern New England. Look at Hartford, an 11-degree dew point jump from yesterday, 6 here in Providence, 9 up in Boston. And we were in the 50s yesterday, now seeing those dew points in the 60s. So while this is not overbearing and incredibly uncomfortable, it's noticeable. The air has just been so bone dry all week, but now reintroducing a little bit of moisture into the atmosphere, because again, we have, as I mentioned in the tease, we got 2 nearby weather systems, and they're going to be nearby again tomorrow before we go back to the nice dry air. So again, we talked about Plymouth. Why are you guys seeing clouds? Well, for a different reason than the rest of our area did this morning, and that's from this offshore storm. You're getting the outflow, these high to cirrus clouds drifting overhead, and it's really become a nice looking storm, starting to get a real definition to that storm. And really, how do you know just by looking at the SatRad that this thing is a lot stronger than it was yesterday? Look at all the lightning and those thunderstorms around the center of the storm. So it is rapidly advancing and intensifying here. The National Hurricane Center has been keeping an eye on this, not though likely to become a named storm system, post-tropical or subtropical at this point. Unfortunately for folks in Nova Scotia, it's going to bring some rain and even a little bit of wind for them. That is the reason that we are seeing that elevated surf, and I'll talk more about that in a second. We also have a cold front moving through the Ohio Valley right now, so we're right smack in the middle of these two systems. I'm okay with that. I think you will be as well. Again, outside of the little tick up in humidity today, it's really still another pretty nice day out there. But as I was talking about with Caitlin, we have the elevated surf this weekend. So if you're heading down to the beach, absolutely going to be some pretty good weather. Maybe a little bit cloudier tomorrow. I think Sunday would be my pick of the weekend here. And also for 2 reasons, not just because of the sky conditions, but also because we will be seeing these alerts probably dropping off on Sunday. But through tomorrow, including tonight, if you're heading down, say maybe a little Friday after work, definitely steer clear of the water if there's not a lifeguard on duty and you're not an experienced swimmer. We do have high rip currents. We also have high surf advisories, especially for the Cape and Nantucket. And also, if you're doing any boating, a small craft advisory. That storm will be pulling away, so we will stop seeing the, push of the wave action from that. But then we have a cold front coming in tomorrow, and that's going to bring a little bit of rain right around dinner time. This has been speeding up almost every single day this week. Initially, it looked like it was going to get out of here maybe noon on Sunday. Now it's out of here by midnight on Saturday into Sunday, and we're clearing things out, and it looks like a great second half of the weekend. Just a little bit of rain, probably around 1/4 of an inch or so. There could be a thunderstorm that brings a nice downpour here and there, and maybe you see numbers a little bit higher than what you saw right there. But again, we're looking at clearing out and a great next week, Caitlin.
Wow, I love it. Look at that, 70s and sunny. We can't complain, you're right. Now it's time for our question of the day. Cal Ripken Jr. broke the MLB consecutive games played record on this day in 1995. What is the most impressive MLB record? Ripken's record, Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak, Barry Bonds' career home run record of 762, Nolan Ryan's 7 career no-hitters, or Pete Rose's for 256 career hits. You can scan that QR code that's on your screen right now to vote. We'd love to hear from you. Now moving to entertainment news at 4. Your chance to audition for the next season of American Idol is coming up next week with the return of Idol Across America, the live virtual search for the next star. Auditions are coming to Massachusetts and Rhode Island on Monday, September 9th. That's pretty soon, so if you're interested, you can watch American Idol right here on ABC6. And in consumer news at 4, the oil market is in another tailspin and gas prices are falling fast. The average price for a gallon of regular gas in the U.S. fell to a fresh 6-month low of $3.29 today. Now, according to AAA, that's down 50 cents from a year ago. Drivers in 10 states are paying less than $3 a gallon on average in Rhode Island. The average is $3.18 a gallon in Rhode Island. Meanwhile, experts expect several more states to drop below $3 in the coming weeks. The IRS says it's now collected $1.3 billion in overdue taxes from wealthy households since last fall. It says it's the result of ramped up enforcement efforts funded by the Inflation Reduction Act passed 2 years ago. The Biden administration says increased enforcement only targets corporations and wealthy taxpayers who earn more than $400,000 a year. The Independent Congressional Budget Office says spending money on tax enforcement can reduce the deficit by bringing in more revenue. Now to news from around the world. China's foreign ministry announcing it's ending most foreign adoptions of Chinese children. The announcement puts hundreds of American families with pending applications in limbo. The only exceptions will be for foreigners adopting the children or stepchildren of blood relatives in China. Since the early 1990s, the country has sent tens of thousands of children overseas, many coming to America. For decades, China only allowed couples to have one child, but to slow down a falling birth rate, the government now allows 3 children per couple. Still to come on ABC6 News. First at 4, it's apple picking season in Maine. A look at how healthy this year's crop is.
For what's happening right here in Providence right now in southern New England.
For your city, your stories, all in one place. Switch to ABC6.
Getting you to the heart of every headline.
Helping you plan ahead with the most accurate and dependable local forecast.
Join the growing number switching to southern New England's most trusted news source. Switch to ABC6.
So I was dropping my son off at school, and bam, I got hit.
Nobody expects to be in a car wreck, much less out of work. Call me, Attorney Rob Levine. You're a heavy hitter.
Yeah, Rob's a heavy hitter, and he hit a home run for me.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
At M. Bob Bozer & Sons Roofing, we specialize in commercial roofing projects. With over 40 years of experience, we combine the use of traditional and state-of-the-art roofing systems, giving you the most reliable roof that will last for years to come. We are a family-owned company serving all of southern New England, offering roof inspections, replacements, and preventative maintenance. M. Bob Bozer & Sons Roofing is dedicated to providing you with exceptional commercial and residential roofing services from start to finish. Call 401-723-5100 or check us out online.
Say so long to summer with up to 30% off during the final weekend of Raymore and Flanigan's Labor Day sale. We've slashed prices store-wide. Save hundreds on sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, and more. Get huge Labor Day savings on top mattress brands and enjoy free next-day mattress delivery and removal. Or enjoy now and pay later. Take advantage of financing and pay no interest for 72 months. This is the final weekend for unbeatable Labor Day deals at Raymore and Flanigan.
Hi, I see you on TV all the time.
You a ball player? Yeah. The whole team calls her the mini heavy hitter.
You want to be a lawyer?
I want to be a winning lawyer like you.
Let me shake your hand.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Your morning starts here with the day's top headlines, breaking news, weather, and traffic, all in one place. Watch Good Morning Providence, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
Well, can you believe it? Fall is almost here and apple picking season is off to a great start in Maine. Nicknamed the Pine Tree State, Maine is also famous for its apple crop. The weather has been favorable with sunny days and cooler afternoons and evenings. Farmers at apple orchards say this is ideal weather for the crop outlook. This year's weather is better than last year's with less rain, more sunshine, and lower humidity. We'll be right back.
Imagine waking up on a free mattress. Well, if the Red Sox win the World Championship, anything you buy now will be free and get up to 60 months no interest. It all ends Sunday.
It's summer. Time to take your collar off and wag your tail.
This is the life. I love you, Dad.
I love you too, Ace.
And I love you, Grandpa.
I love you too, Ace. Hello, Ace. This is Troy. No matter what, when you call Ace, we answer the phone.
John Cooper is Rhode Island's top asphalt paving company for good reason. This family business tackles every project with dedication and 25 years in the industry, offering quality paving services for homes and businesses alike. John himself will personally check on your project's progress from beginning to end, keeping your satisfaction a priority. You won't need to make a previous deposit, and you'll get a 1-year warranty included. Contact John Cooper Asphalt Paving and ask for a free estimate, or visit johncooperpaving.com.
Need a standby generator? Leave it to Kevin. Kevin Kurt is the authorized dealer for brands such as Generac and Briggs & Stratton. Let their generator division give you peace of mind this year. Need extensive electrical work done for your home or business? Call Kevin Kurt Electrical. Kevin is fully insured and licensed in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Leave it to Kevin to get the job done right, fast, and at a fair price. So put down those wires and leave it to Kevin. Kevin Kurt Electrical. Call now.
Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. She was told she was not pretty enough and not good enough to make it in film. His screen test said, can't sing, can't act, slightly bald, can dance a little. He was told by his basketball coach he was cut because of lack of skill. And they told me not to run for the US Senate. It doesn't matter what they say, it matters if you vote. I'm Mike Costa, and I approve this message.
Get ready for a good night's sleep. Buy a mattress or anything at Jordan's. And if the Red Sox win the World Championship, it'll all be free. And get up to 60 months, no interest. It all ends Sunday.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight's forecast, it's cool, but also a touch muggy out there. Clouds are also coming back in. Winds are out of the north 5 to 10. You don't talk about a lot of humidity usually when we're talking about a north wind, but that's the case as we do have, again, the approach of a cold front and a storm offshore, a little bit of a muggier environment. Limited sun for your Saturday, a bit muggy out there. Winds shifting to the south 5 to 10. It will be around 75, a little further from the shore. Rain comes in tomorrow evening into early tomorrow night, clearing out a fantastic day for Sunday, cool at 71. And then we'll see the warm up gradually throughout the week with lots of sun. Pretty much what we saw this week, Kaylin. Even a bit warmer, though. We have a chance to get back to 85 by Friday.
Awesome. Wow. We're jumping all over the place. All right, we're going to check back in with you, and that's going to do it for ABC 6 News at 4. ABC 6 News at 5 o'clock is coming up in 30 minutes. We'll see you then.